Hello, good morning, and welcome to week 2 of our program. I hope you all had an exciting weekend. We have quite a lot to cover today, so we are going to go straight right into the program. Please join me as I quickly share my screen.
Wake up with a smile each day. Positive for my mindset, no. This man of somebody face in my own little way. Yeah, for you, my brother. No need to feel like you ain't there for one another. But if it's your new way today, just say I'll be here, I'll be here, I'll be here for you. And I will take care for you, my sister. You no need to shake. You take care for one another. But if it's your new way today, I'll be there for you. There for you.
Dear family, always there for one another. Join us. Dsap, raising role models.
We shall be looking at basic business bookkeeping. So, word sounds. It's just all about keeping books. It's all about keeping records. We'll just go straight into it and see what God will have us do. So we'll be looking at 3 core areas today in our study. Place in the first thing is overview of business bookkeeping. The second is why business bookkeeping. And then the third will be rules for business bookkeeping. Overview, the bookkeeping refers to mainly the record keeping aspect of accounting. Inform us that we are learning today are basic. If you want to learn the detailed accounting for business entrepreneurs, you will need to attend our Dsap Business Academy, where such topics are treated in details. It's also free. Okay, when you search Dsap Business Academy, or search our Dsap website and make inquiries, you will find out when we have the next one. Okay, so we said here that back to a topic today. Bookkeeping refers mainly to the bookkeeping, to the record keeping aspect of accounting. It's essentially the accounting process of recording all information regarding the transactions and financial activities of a business. What are we saying? Bookkeeping is simply record keeping of financial transactions. This is one of the areas where businessmen, particularly startups, they believe that their transactions are so small, the costs are so small, they are so infinitesimal that it is not important to record them. Every dime is important. Every dime is important. So learn to keep record. Learn to keep record of all your intakes and payouts. Okay, so why do we need bookkeeping? We need bookkeeping for first and foremost to know our total business turnover per time. What is turnover? Your total sales. Your total sales. If you are, I want to use the bread for most of our illustration. Okay, for instance, that you produce 100 or loaves of bread, a type of bread. I would just call it fruit bread, 100 loaves of fruit bread. That's what you produce. And you have chosen by your pricing strategy to fix it at 300 naira per loaf. I'm using naira because we are in Nigeria, so it could be any of your own currency. Right. So if we say that we are producing goods, multiply that by the number of days you do it in a month, it will give you the figure, your total turnover for a week, for a month, for 3 months, for half a year, 6 months, or for 1 year, and so on and so forth. So the second one is that it also helps you to establish total sales and total expenses. We told that total sales is equal to turnover. We already know what it is. It is the total cost of all the materials that all our products or services multiplied by the unit price. Right? So what about total expenses? Total expenses is also the total, the summary, the total of all the costs you incurred in producing that 100 loaves of bread, of food bread. Let's just for analysis, just say you are spending like 20,000 to produce 100 loaves of bread. Happens 20,000 to produce 100 loaves. Okay, the third one that talks about the total cost of each unit of the product or service. Mind you, we said that our total cost of producing 100 loaves is 20,000 naira. That means a unit cost, the total cost of 1 unit of that loaf of bread, 1 loaf of bread will be how much? 200 naira. 200 naira is also a unit price. Yes, will be 200 naira. Yes, 200 naira. 100. Okay, 20,000 divided by 100 is 200 naira. So we now know that our total sales is 30,000. Cost is 20,000, and our unit cost per product is 200 naira. Okay, so because you're keeping records, it helps you to arrive at this price. You can calculate. If you're the one who don't buy things and produce your bread and sell without recording, the question here is that you're making profit. So the next one is to help you ascertain your total profit. And now we already know that our total cost of producing 100 loads is worth 30,000, and our total cost of producing the same 100 loads is 20,000. It simply means that our profit is 10,000. We're taking this in at basic level. We're not talking about whether it is gross profit or net profit. Why? Because we have assumed all costs. All right, all costs. Is 200,000. That means our profit for that 100 loaves of bread that we have produced is what? It's 10,000 naira. Bookkeeping helps you to achieve that. Okay, number 5 point here why we need to keep records of financial transactions. The 51 now is for us to be able to distinguish cash sales and purchases from credit sales and purchases. What are we talking about here? We know that when we produce some of the raw materials we bought, it's possible we pay cash for some and bought some on credit. When we sell, the 100 loads we sell every day, it's possible that we sell like 70 of them for cash and 30 of the remaining like on credit. Your credit sale, when you minus it from your total sales, it will give you the cash sales. When you deduct your cash sales from your total sales, it will give you your credit sales. That is the money that people are owing you. The debtors are owing you. The same thing it is for purchases. Okay, on credit. When you purchase, when you bought raw material for cash, you pay cash. It is called cash purchase. When you buy raw material or some of your inputs on credit, it's also called credit purchase. So you are able to know from your total purchases of 20,000 we saw earlier on, how many of them, how much of it is cash and how much was bought on credit. Why do we need this? Don't worry. We will find out what we need in the next one. The next is the 6th item, the 6th reason why we need to maintain a proper bookkeeping record is to enable us to know our total assets and our total liabilities. Don't worry, don't get confused by assets and liabilities. These are simple terminology. Okay, asset is simply everything a business owns that it uses in producing these products and services. Everything engages. For our bread making bakery, all your mixers, your ovens, okay, your electronic weighing machine, your baking pans, all of these are part of your assets, okay? But these are called fixed assets because you don't consume them as you produce. You use them over time. There are other ones called current assets. They are the things that you consume instantly. So things like your flour, like your sugar, like your butter, okay, and all the rest of the other consumables. So all these form your assets, total assets. Everything in your business might not be your asset. Take for instance, if you bought your oven, okay, on credit, you bought it on hire purchase, for instance. The cost of that oven, you say for instance, it's 100,000 naira. And you deposit only 20,000 naira and they allow you to go away with the oven. So it simply means that you're for liability because they will receive from your buyer through spending more on. So which one you're spending more on? So it's very important to know which one you're spending more on, how your cash flows. Okay, it can also show you where your cash flows. All your input, you will know which one you're spending more on. Which one you're spending more on. All right, so it's very important to keep a record. Your record keeping will help you to establish your cash flow. Number 8, the 8th item, the 8th reason why we need bookkeeping is very important. Tax purposes. You don't have your records right. The tax authority will tax you based on their own estimation. And many of the time, it's always loaded. We all know that taxations are based on your profit. But when you don't have a record of your profit, they will only establish your profit. They will estimate your profit for you and tax you then based on that. To say no, you have overtaxed me. Why? Because you don't have a record. So it's good to keep your record. When the tax authority bring their tax assessment, and you have stayed and checked your record of all your profit, you're able to deduce your profit from your total sales and total expenses over a period to know what your profit is. If the tax, maybe they say it's 15%. If they tax you 20%, you will be able to go and contend that evaluation, that assessment. You can go and contest it. But if you don't have such record, what will you use to contest? No, you will only be paying tax authority. You will only be servicing them for what you are not earning. Okay, the ninth one is for business decisions. We need bookkeeping for business decisions. I just told us earlier on, if you have your records right, if you have your total sales and total expenses, and you have your daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly, or even annual records, can do those figures. Those figures will speak to you. And it will help you to know where or who you are paying more. Help you to know which of your total clients or customers that are buying more from you, because your record will show, your record per customer will show who are your main customers, who are your key customers. It will help you now to make up decisions, to make some business decisions. Sometimes you observe from your record that your product is seasonal. There's a period when you are struggling to catch up with demand. Meanwhile, there are other periods where if you're not careful, you produce, and there were so many returns over a time, over a period. Okay, so if you know that record, when it comes to that season, you will reduce your quantity you're producing. Otherwise, you're going to have wastages. Wastages are simply, they will add to your cost, which will eat into your profit. So it's very good that you keep records. Your figures speak to you. They speak to you. You can look at them. It also helps you to know which of your expenses is hitting you hard. Sometimes, when you discover that you can go and renegotiate, or you can look for another source of those purchases. I mean, if you're buying from a particular customer who is so uncompromisingly high in your price, you can go elsewhere. You will not know unless you keep records. So record is one of the things I have to make that. Okay, so when you have known all this, now the question there is, how do we keep it? How am I sure I am keeping the proper record for my business? That it goes. And is that you record all transactions. It's already given from all I've said. Every transaction you ever get engaged in your business, record them. As small, no matter how large, record them. In that part of your business or brought money into your business, record them. Keep a record all transactions. Keep a record of all transactions, no matter how small. Sometimes people don't know how much they spend. They spend on calling credit. And each time you load your phone, okay, if you're on pay as you go, okay, each time you load your phone, record it. Record it, and at the end of the day, you add them up. You'll be amazed. Great information will give you. The second rule is separate your business fund from your personal funds. Nothing as dangerous as mixing your personal funds with your business funds. They said that particularly for startup, legally, the Bible said it's the same person. Okay, if you don't have a limited liability company, okay, they say legally the company and the person are the same. So some of us now have taken it as a reason to keep all our funds together. No, keep your business funds from your personal funds. Each time your business is running out of money and you need to give money from your personal account, record it as loan to your business. Document it. So when your business has a profit rebound, you can pay yourself back that loan at most, at the least give a non-interest bearing loan. And sometimes charge loan because you're moving that money from account. if you move from an account that pays charge savings interest rate. Okay, so separate your money. It is most dangerous, particularly for people who start baking bread in their home. You use the gas in your house or use the electricity in your house. Okay, all the gadgets, all the equipment are the things you have in your house. And then at the end of the day, you will only add the cost of a few of those current inputs, like the flour, your sugar, and stuff. And sometimes you run out of sugar, you go to your house, to your stock in the house, your family sugar, and take part of it and you don't record it. And you will think that your business is cheap. Your business is not cheap. It's not, no, you are only understating your expenses and it's going to come onto you in the future. You might be selling at a loss and don't know until your business moves away from your house or you will realize it. So the third reason why we must, rule is that we must bank all sales. Okay, we must save proceeds. Every morning, every sales you make, put the money in the bank. Don't spend money from the cash they just paid you. Take the cash, go pay them into your account. And every expenditure, draw them from your account. Let me tell you one thing it does for you. You will never lose track of any funds. That's one simple way to keep your record. Anytime you pick up your bank statement, you can add up all your expenses, match them with your record. Sometimes in the heat of business, you might forget to record in your cash book some of the sales you made or some of the expenses you made. But if you can see your bank statement and every expense is withdrawn from the bank, at most, when you're withdrawing a bulk sum for several expenses, keep a list of those things, all right, and attach them to your withdrawal document. These 10 items I am buying, okay, you can tag them to a particular withdrawal. So make sure that you bank all your sales and you withdraw from your bank all your expenses. That is rule number 3. Rule number 4 is to reconcile your cash book against your bank statement of account at least once every month. Do them monthly. Why? Banks, they are run by human beings. They make mistakes. Sometimes they post the deposit you have paid, you have made into the account, they post it to a wrong account. So if you don't check your account, if you don't reconcile your cash book and your bank statement, you might not know the one that are missing. Sometimes a debit that was moved from another account has gone into your own account. So it's good to keep bank statement, bank records. Okay, I didn't mention that from what I've said, there is one of the best things to do once you start a business, go and open an account for that business. So if you let me to lodge in all your deposit, all saving, all sales proceeds, and withdraw all your expenses. It's even easier now. You don't even need to issue check in most of the places, and just issue transfer to them right away. Okay, so it's good that you reconcile your statement of account, bank statement of account against your cash book so that you're sure that 2 of them are up to date. Rule number 4 is that, say you pay an auditor or an accounts clerk, okay, as soon as you can afford it. Don't go and engage them when you can afford it. Continue to do it yourself at the beginning until such a time where your business has grown, is grown beyond your capacity to run that business and keep this record. An auditor, okay, or an accounts clerk. That will help you to ensure that your records are kept for the reasons we have mentioned earlier on. The next is that review your reports. Review all your periodic reports. What do we mean by that? Your bank statement, after they give it to you every month here in Nigeria, or sometimes you can make on the spot demand, all right? But usually, statements of account are issued every month. When you have it every month, review it and keep it somewhere, file it somewhere. Okay, next month, the one for next month, file it on top of it. And that way, sometimes when you look at those bank statements, it will speak to you. You will know the month you're doing more business. You will know from your turnover. Sometimes you will see that you have so much money that you're not using now. You don't need to leave them if you're on a current account. You can move them into an interest earning account if you review your statement on time. So much for your time.
Wake up for a smile each day. Positive for my mindset, oh no. Put a smile on somebody's face in my own little way. Danger for you, my brother. No need to feel alone. Go danger for one another. But this is journey where we take. Just say happy for you, my sister. Danger for one another. But this journey where we take.
We are family, always there for one another. Join us. Dsap, raising role models.
Okay, thank you so much and welcome back from our business skills management session. Okay, business management skills session this morning. I hope we actually understood some of the things. For those of us who joined in a little bit late, we encourage you to please join us. Okay, go back and watch the video again. It's on YouTube. We're not pulling it down. All right, we just had to have some meeting this morning, which and every one of us. That's why we had to start about 10 minutes early, and I'm not sure many of us visited our platforms to see the notification on time. So I also know that some of us might just have joined and are watching from behind. So please, by the time you are at this point, you're almost late to your class, if you're not real time. Okay, it's very important that I need to address us as students. We had a review of our last 1 week activity, and generally the report was a bit very depressing because a lot is being put into this program and not much is being reciprocated by the students, by a good number of us. Okay, not necessarily all of us, not every one of you. We know some of you are very diligent, are very hardworking, but there are many who will just want to, not only are they not serious, the activities are beginning to distract some of our classes. So item number one we observed was widespread non-seriousness with many of our students with respect to our class activities. What is it that they do? Many of them refuse to watch their pre-class videos. You will recall that we told you that our pre-class videos, we use them to reduce the number of hours. If you remember during the induction, I told us that for the on-site type of our model of our program, that we do 10 straight days of 8 hours per day classwork, 8 hours. But we're doing online and we're doing only 3 hours per day. If we're doing 3 hours per day, it therefore means that a lot of things had been covered outside of your class. That was why we pre-recorded the videos for you so that you would have watched them. And at the time you are in class, you would have been ready. You will have a basic understanding because some of those things you have watched in the video, you would have also have lay your hands upon them. Your facilitators ensure that they post those videos 24 hours before your class time. So you get the video the previous day. That of tomorrow will be shared today. If your video of yesterday will only be for today's class. You see, if you don't come prepared to class, you end up pulling back the other students who have taken all the time to work very hard. Do you know, let me tell you that a couple of our students who are here at this time, and this time in their time zone is 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Some of them at 3 a.m. And they have woken up, they have watched their videos, and because they want to do their classes and then go back to rest before they go to work, because that is the advantage they have. They sacrifice their night so that they can save their day for work. Whatever you do outside of school hours is not our business. So if such people are in the class and you who has all the time and who has all the reason to give why you will not watch the videos, you will end up pulling them backward. And I want to assure you that we will no longer allow that. If you don't watch videos and you come to the class to put the class backward, I have instructed the facilitators to ignore your questions that you're going to ask. She will know, he or she will know by the time you're asking the question that you've not watched the videos. And if you try to disturb the class, the PMA will simply remove you. Please, I want us to take this very, very seriously. The second category of excuses that we hear is that some of our students simply refuse to join the practical classes. See, I have told us before that this program is a certificated program. It's a certificated course, and it is run live. It's a full-time course program. Our full-time is 3 hours per day. And like I said before, whatever you do with your rest of the days after the 3 hours of the classwork, it's not our business. So if that's when you go back to work, you go back to your business, it's okay. Provided you have time to watch your pre-videos and do your assignments. So when many of you refuse to turn on your video, because some of us, we hear flimsy excuses like, I can't turn on my video because I am at work, or I can't turn on my video because I am in the school. Meanwhile, we have told you from inception that this program is a full-time program. If you will not be available for these 3 hours, we advise you not to apply. Many of you refuse to read the instructions that we gave. After the registration, we still addressed you at the induction, and we told you, if you are currently working and your work will not grant you those 3 hours, please give us notification to remove you. We will not tolerate you. This is not a video cast program. It's not all video. No, there are video part of it. There are live classes part of it. So some of you think you're smart. You just sign in and you're not in the class. All you want to do is, at the end of the day, you have a certificate. There's a professional, somebody we saw in one of our classes, a professional. She is already a big name in that industry. And meanwhile, she's just here in the class. She won't attend classes. She would attend, and somebody identified her. What is my mentor doing in this class with me? And we reached out to her.
You know what she told us? She's not even sure she's going to do the assignments. And she's not going to attend the practical classes. So the question there is, why are you in this? Why did you register? Of course, I gave instruction that she be removed immediately from the class. She has been permanently removed and she will not come back to the school. And we're not even going to bother ourselves to writing her. Why did you sign in onto our platform? If you want to come and be Lord and Master, we told us that in Dsap, success factor in Dsap is attentiveness and obedience to instruction. And we went ahead to say, in Dsap, our learning is 70% instructions. 30% are the things you do on your own. I'm going to go through with my team, we're going to go through all the classes throughout this week. Any student who is in the office or who refuses to turn on his or her video because you're not on your workspace, on your practical space, I will instruct the PMA to permanently remove you and your admission is automatically canceled. So please take this as my notification to you, because we're not going to write you. We will remove you so that those who are serious-minded can remain in the class. The third category of people I'm addressing today are those of you who have refused, who attend all the classes, even participate in the practicals, they refuse to do your assignment. I told us at the beginning and at the induction that your assignments are arranged per week so that the facilitators will be able to deal with each segment per week. If you're not doing an assignment today, you want to push assignment of last week to this week. You know what you have done? You have overloaded our facilitators with much work that they have planned to do. Because they also have a timeline, a deadline to which they must submit all your work. And we do not want a few of you to delay the result of other students. If you're already running late, make sure that your assignments are completed by today. If by tomorrow, any student that has an outstanding assignment will equally be removed. We want to tell you, we are doing all to be a great blessing to you, but we are not going to allow anyone to waste our time because we have invested too much of our own resources in this program to be a blessing to you. Particularly those of you who are interested. I know a particular lady who called me on the phone and said, please, sir, please, when I spoke with the leaders on I think on Friday, or is it Thursday? No, Wednesday. She called me, one of your leaders, one of the governors or deputy governors, said, please, sir, we appreciate what Dsap is doing. What you said is the truth. But please, people should not be, please plead on our behalf to the facilitators that please, they should please forgive us. They should not turn their backs on us. You know, she said, sir, I took my annual leave to attend this program. I thought it was initially for 2 weeks. So when I applied for my leave, they granted me, and I applied for this course. It was when I got the admission, I discovered it's for 3 weeks, but it's just 3 days. She said I had to go back to my office to renegotiate with them so that the days that I am not in the school, I am back at work, so that my leave was extended to 3 weeks to cover this program. This is how much important this program is to me. Please. And I told her, we don't have issues. Like the Bible says, those that obey the rules should not be afraid of the government. So please, I crave our indulgence. Help us to help you. We are doing all we are doing because the fate of Nigeria tomorrow could as well depend on one of you in the classes today. In this diet, we do not know. Sometimes some of you might be in the path where our future generation will be influenced to continue this with this baton. So please, we advise every student to please get serious on your work. I told us at the beginning, this is a time to cancel a social gathering. We, your facilitators, we, your PMAs, we've canceled those things to be able to attend to you. So why won't you invest such a time in your future? It's only 3 weeks and you're gone. It's only 3 weeks. If the classes end on Wednesday, why will you not strive to complete your assignment latest by Thursday and put that one behind you and free the rest of the weekend for you to practice other things and watch the videos you have watched before, or get ready for the new one that will be released. So please, I crave your indulgence. We've gone 2 minutes into the time. I want to close here, and I pray that those of you who are serious, who are committed, the Lord will strengthen and guide you. We are praying for you to ensure that everything will work together for your good. Thank you very much, and God bless. So please, I see you in class. PMAs and facilitators, please, you can now move to the class and receive the students. Thank you, everyone, and God bless.